Hey everyone, welcome back to another Solasta Lost Valley creating our party video. This time we're looking at the bard. So you think of a bard, it's angelic voices, it's just gut-wrenching guitar solos, you just think Slash, think Jimmy Page, think Hendrix, all the greats. Right, that's a bard. That's what you want as a bard who's got your back in a fight. Half elf, mainly because they get +2 to charisma. And I'm not saying that the guitar greats are half elves, but the dexterity level of being able to shred those strings is beyond logic. I mean, Hendrix, Steve Vai. Like if you're thinking modern day undersung greats. Steve Vai is one of the greatest guitar solo players. I mean, his guitar solos are just nuts. I love Steve Vai. There's got to be something elven about these rockers, right? They've got the hair. They're always usually quite pretty in some way. You know, I'm thinking Hendrix, maybe Jimmy Page in his prime. But you get the idea. I mean, you get an idea of the music that I love to listen to. This has got off on a really weird, creepy tangent. We're doing a half-elf bard, alright? Let's move on, alright? 6 square move, I mean, that's standard. It's pretty good. I'm not going to ask for more, unless it's a monk, which won't Sylvan Elf. I'm trying not to duplicate, like, creatures, if that makes sense. So, half-elf, +2 charisma, and then 2 other scores get 1 extra point each, which is really nice. We get to choose 2 bonus skills. Dark Vision. With the bard, basically they need to be our healer. They're inspiring and they need to heal, is where I'm going with this. But Dark Vision is okay if nobody needs healing and they can stab someone. You know? Win-win. Like the elves, immune to charm and magical sleep, and we can choose a language. So we've got Elvish covered already. I think we've got Common covered already, but we can choose a language, so that's nice. And female, we are going with female this time because we've already got a male old man monk. I said we're going bard. So with your bard, oh, it's intelligence saving throw. Interesting. Light armor, so they're going to be in the back regardless. They focus on dexterity and charisma. Charisma's the big one. So it's going to be rapiers, short swords, maybe bows. I'm not really sure. I'm not wanting to do a shooty bard, but who knows? They can choose 3 skills, which is cool, and proficiencies they get rapier anyway, so fantastic. Bardic Inspiration is their big thing. If you've seen the current co-op with Mark, TC and Aimless, you know how crucial Bardic Inspiration has been. So I'm really looking forward to that, and that runs off Charisma, so we want a really high Charisma. Ritual Casting, we think it works. We think it seems to be working our playthrough. There was a few issues at the start, but it doesn't really matter, because we'll find a way in solo play to make that work. So again, Identify is the one I'm thinking of if we can get it. We'll see. I'm not that good with spellcasters, and I'm not that au fait with the bard. So this is going to be a really good learning for me as well, playing one. Starting equipment. Oh, we get bard spells as well. Again, we'll have a look. See, we'll figure it all out. So, starting equipment. Obviously, we're having a lute. You could have a flute. You could have a conch, drum. A dulcimer. A dulcimer could be interesting. A horn. We've seen that. It's basically the horn of Gondor. We could have bongos. Bongo. We've seen the. Is it drum or bongos we've seen? I think it's a drum we've seen. Bongos could be quite interesting, but we're sticking on that creepy fantasy I've got with guitarists. We're having a lute. We're having a rapier. There's no questions about that. Diplomat pack gives us thieves' tools. Nice. Noble clothes. Not that we'll wear them, maybe? I don't know. We get bard armor regardless. Bard armor's quite nice, actually. Thieves tools, I'm really only looking, like everything else, a potion is nice, ration packs are nice, torches are nice. Chances I'm never going to use them. With dark vision, you're not going to need them. The other option is the entertainer pack, which gives us a flute if we wanted to change. We'll stick with diplomat pack, which leads into the RP side of what I want the bard to be. Because our bard moves around the country, or countries. I'm not entirely sure how D&D Solasta globally is set up. But they roam around, right? They're a bit of a wanderer, moving from court to court. They're learning secrets. They're getting into schemes. Getting into a bit of trouble. And building into dexterity so much means a spy just makes perfect sense, I think. Spy bard. So this gives us proficiency with stealth and deception. Deception runs off charisma, really nice. Stealth runs off dex, really nice, if we need it. We get a poisoner's kit as well, so that crosses off. We've already got smith's tools, that gives us now a poisoner's kit, and we'll have 2 lots of thieves tools. Well, that's fine, we can sling one over to monk, not a problem at all. We'll learn 2 additional languages, so that's 3. That should cover all of our language needs. And spy cipher. I don't know if this features in the Lost Valley campaign. We're going to find out. 25 gold is nice. Poisoner's kit, basic poison, easy enough. We are a spy, so there's got to be an element of caution, right? Quite a bit of pragmatism. But we shred solos on a loot, so we've got an ego. Are we lawful? Well, maybe authority. Yeah, maybe authority. So we're a little bit all over the place with our, I suppose, pragmatism, fairly central, caution, fairly central, but then we dip in a little bit of law, a little bit. Is there such a thing as lawful chaos? Maybe, I don't know. But definitely an ego. Not really one for violence, I don't think. Definitely an ego. So that's our spy. I have pre-rolled these. You guys know the drill already. This one took a long time. I was really wanting 2 17s just to give us a boost. Again, I'm thinking of doing the whole feat thing, so at level 4, instead of just boosting our stuff, we maybe pick a feat, which is why I'm not trying to max these out from level 1. So, charisma, the most important thing is charisma. Puts us on a 19, really nice. We're 1 pip away, so we can take a feat, we can do the ability score increase at level 4, whatever we feel we need to do, but that will very early into the game hopefully give us a solid charisma. Next it's dex and con. So I mean, either way we're going to get +1, we're going to use our bonuses +1 in each because they're the most important, so it doesn't really matter which way we do this. Now I'm purely from a role-playing perspective, I'm torn between wisdom, which is perception and seeing things and writing amazing songs. Intelligence is pretty key though. You need intelligence to recall the great stories of heroes of old, remembering the chords and how you just nailed that solo last time and doing the same thing. So intelligence is pretty big. This is purely role-playing at this point. Strength and wisdom. And this, again, the stats are very high. The dice gods were in my favour when I rolled these. I wouldn't normally play with these kind of figures. I'd normally stop before, but they were so low for such a long time, and then these dropped, and I thought, right, that's what we're having. But again, half-elf, usually with human, which is where my head is with this. So half-elf, humans, their idea is, for a human character, you add 1 to all of your stats, so that will bump them up anyway. Works out in my head. Don't know about you guys. I'm more than happy to play with these stats. Basically any advantage I can get I'm going to take, right? Saving throws, I mean, you can see our stats are there. They're really strong, and a couple of feats in. I mean, Dex is 17 is nice. I'd have liked it to have been a little bit higher, maybe an 18, because the Lost Valley is a step up. But it doesn't matter. We've got a solid con. We're starting off at level 1. We've got 12 levels to go. We'll be absolutely fine. Now, persuasion is good. How many of these can I take? 5. Ancestry skills. Performance and persuasion. Right? Makes sense to me. Performance because we're a bard. Persuasion because, you know, we're talking to noblemen, we're learning secrets, we're maybe doing things with noblemen's, I was going to say daughters, but it could be sons, it could be daughters, it could be wives, it could be noblemen. Who knows? Who knows how we get our secrets? I'm not going into it. I'm not making up any rules. You let your imagination go wild how these secrets are found. I'm tempted. I mean, the wisdom stuff is kind of pointless because the monk has most of it covered with such high. I like investigation. I think I'm going to do investigation. And I'm tempted to do insight, you know? Because in wisdom, oh, it's wisdom though. We'll go with it. Well, insight's good for the spy kind of thing. An investigation is, although we get that anyway, or I've already got that. May have already got that. It says it's not used. I don't care. We're having it. I'm tempted by sleight of hand. In fact, we're going to have sleight of hand. I don't know if sleight of hand ever gets used, but purely from the role-playing point of view, that's what we're going with. We already have Dwarvish covered. I want Giant. And Terran makes sense as well. So we get 3 languages. We get the spy book as well. I might do Halfling. I think we've got Halfling covered. Giant, Terran. Ultimerian, again, works with the spy and the bard. But we've got it covered. But you could sing songs in the old... We don't have Orcish, we don't have Draconic, we don't have Goblin. But we've got 2 other characters to create, and I've got ideas for these. I think purely for the RP and the idea of, you know, think if... I'm going to use Steve Vai, first one off the top of my head. Hendrix, let's go Hendrix, right? Hendrix breaks into this ridiculous guitar solo. Everybody's loving it. And then he starts singing in the sweetest Latin. You know, that's what I'm thinking, like the old languages. You don't hear it, it's alien, but there's something about it. There's a rhythm to it. RP, it's my headcanon. We're going to go with it. We're going Ultimerian. Spells. We get 2, which is nice, because the first one we're taking is Vicious Mockery. That's just ridiculous. Having seen Mark use it, it looks like so much fun. So Vicious Mockery is basically giving out disadvantage. And it just... It's nuts. It completely takes an enemy out of a turn. I think they've got to be humanoid. It's really nice. Sparkle could be good. It is useful. And, you know, Bard popping off the solo, throwing out sparkles. Makes sense thematically and for performance. I'm not bothered about light. I do like Dazzle because it lowers a target's AC and I believe it gives them disadvantage as well. Prevents them from taking a reaction. That's really good. And again, the whole dazzling performance. Shadow Dagger I've never really loved. It's okay, but I've never really loved it. Shadow Armor, 3 temporary hit points is pointless. True Strike is nice, but it increases your chance to hit a target you can see. But I don't want you in combat. How much control have you got with Dazzling Lights? Dancing Lights, sorry. I've got Dazzle on the brain. Because I like the idea of summoning lights and moving them around the room as you like the light show. You've all seen gigs, right? You've all seen festivals. Just a nuts light show, lights spinning around. We're going dazzling lights just for it sounds themey. Spells. Identify. Absolutely, that's our ritual. Hideous Laughter is really good. Hideous Laughter is... completely takes an enemy out of the turn. No, Vicious Mockery doesn't take an enemy out of the turn. Vicious Mockery gives them disadvantage on their hits. Hideous Laughter takes them out. It's really good, I like it. We're having it. We're going to have to go healing with you. Both of these are one target. That's 2. No, that's 1d8. That's 1d4 plus abilities. Abilities, I believe, will be our charisma. Don't want you getting into combat. I think healing word just for a start. That's quite offensive. And mockery as well is good. I'm wanting this character to purely just be backup, throwing out buffs, debuffs, not really in the fight. A little bit of fighting is good, but that's not my focus here. I like compound languages, but I think as a party we're going to be covered. I'd rather just take Identify. Bane, I'm a convert. It was brought up in the comments of the Solasta playthrough. I'm sorry, I can't remember who said it. But what, they said, oh, why don't you use Bane? I was like, well, what's the point in using Bane when you can use a magical attack? Having seen Bane in work, I was completely wrong. Absolutely. Bane is a must. Animal Friendship I don't think comes into anything. I suppose you could use it on a wolf, but they're just XP batteries, right? Mind you, there is a lot of animals in this. No, we're going Bane, because Bane's ridiculously strong. Basically gives the enemy a minus d4 on saves and attacks. So crucial. So that's the plan. We need an epic name. Serenray. Serenray. Sounds like Serenade. Yeah, okay, I don't mind it. Leafheart. Leafheart's okay, it reads a bit boring, isn't it? Melman. No, that doesn't work. Tanael. Serenade. No, that's crap. Oathborn. Leafheart. We'll go with Leafheart. We are going to mess around with faces a little bit. 3 will do. Skin tone. Wow, that's very fair. Although, I'm not going to do body decoration because, again, the spy thing, it wouldn't make sense when you're trying to do spy stuff. I am going to leave the scars alone as well, under that same reason. Fiery red. Not bald. Come on, what have we got? Do we go blonde? Don't know. I'm kind of thinking, if you've played Dragon Age Origins, that's the best Dragon Age in my opinion. There's a character, and I think she's in all the series actually. I think she turns up in, she's definitely in 2. I think she turns up in 3, although I didn't play that far into it. Liliana. I don't think she's quite a bard, but she's definitely a spy. Really nice character. I like Liliana quite a lot. That's who I'm sort of channeling with this. That's okay. That's a little bit Princess Leia Ewok, that one, isn't it? In the Ewok village, when Luke decides that they're brother and sister. We'll go with that actually, but then the collar cuts in. That doesn't look very good from a gaming point of view. Pigtails, not a lover of it. This is tough. Don't hate that. I quite like the gold braid thing. I'm getting far too into. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. Job done. There's a little bit of Princess Leia in there, with the twists and things. But yeah, we're just going with that. We're going with that, and you can probably headbang a little bit with that. So that's what we're doing. We're going to go orange eye. No, we're not. Did we go? We went blue, didn't we? Green? Green works with red hair, I think. It's a shame that you can't have one eye bigger than the other. Bit of physique. They travel around. Yeah. Age will keep you quite young. I don't know if that's made any difference at all. Obviously, you've been on the road a bit. Oh, we don't get eye makeup. We don't get makeup or anything in this, do we? Voices.
Let there be light.
I always think that one sounds like Dawn French.
We need you. No. Look, a secret door.
To me, that's a male voice. And I get why it's in here. But
Hey, that was mine. Artistic note? Not much.
we'll go with voice 2. As opposed to song 2, which you'll be shredding on the loop later on. We'll go with voice 2. I think that's us. I think that's Seren Ray. Then Seren. What else have we got? Mywen. Layla, Cammy, Mywen. What? How have we used all of the names that we can have in this game? In homage to Eric Clapton, another legendary guitarist. Layla Leafheart. Rolls off the tongue, makes sense, there's a little link there with the music. I'm going too much into the role playing on this, but that's what we're going with. Layla Leafheart, our bard, everybody. Let's have a little look. No, that's the wrong one. Oh, hold on, where are you? There. Are you related to our cleric from the first campaign? Who knows? Layla Leafheart, ready to rock and roll all the way up the Lost Valley. And hopefully back. We'll see. That's our bard. And we're 2 characters down. Keep an eye out for the next 2 characters and the campaign, which is starting very, very soon. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.